We're in part one of our wisdom series. And I got a question, but there's a prerequisite to my question. I need y'all to be a little honest with me today. I don't know what it is about church folk, but when you ask them a question, sometimes they don't want to tell you the truth in church. But I need y'all to tell me the truth, and let me ask you this question. How many of you can say that you honestly made some mistakes before in your life? Okay, all right, we got some honest folks in the room. And in your making your mistakes, there was something along the way that told you, hey, don't do this or make a different decision or do something else. Has anybody ever told y'all that before? Okay. And could it be the fact that you didn't listen to that is because you didn't want to adhere to the wisdom didn't feel good to you, or you just simply wanted to do your own thing? Yeah, you want to do your own thing? Okay, I had a time like that. I was going to Morehouse, and my mom and dad, they said, hey, before we pay all this money, we need to tell you what you need to do. I said, okay, cool, what's up? My dad said, hey, don't go down there and forget who you are. My mama said, hey, you need to take the first semester and focus on nothing but your grades. I said, okay, cool. And by the time that conversation was over, I ain't hear nothing else they said. I didn't remember nothing else. Y'all, I got down to Morehouse, and I ended my first semester with a 1.9 GPA. Okay, hey. I'm telling y'all my testimony, and y'all just judging me. I finished it with a 1.9 GPA, but that's simply because I didn't adhere to the wisdom. And had I adhered to the wisdom and had I listened to the wisdom, maybe my situation wouldn't have played out like that, or maybe something else could have been a little different, right? So today I want to talk to y'all about living a life led through wisdom. Living a life led through wisdom, and specifically, I want to focus on what happens when you make wisdom a priority. I want to focus on what happens when you make wisdom a priority, but before we get too far into that, I'm going to give you a working definition of wisdom. A working definition of wisdom. Wisdom is the correct application of knowledge. I believe my generation, Ignite, if you in here listen to this, we are extremely brilliant. We're extremely brilliant. We're innovative. We are creative. We do all of these things. But the question comes in sometimes, we're not that wise. And it's not because we're incapable of wisdom, but I may kind of want to suggest that maybe we need to seek it out and make wisdom the priority. And I'm not saying you don't possess wisdom. I'm not saying we don't have wisdom, but maybe it could be because wisdom isn't the priority in your life. Let's go to the word. Let's walk this out today. Let's go to the word. I'm in Proverbs chapter 4, verse 4 through 9. Proverbs chapter 4, verse 4 through 9. If you have it, go ahead and turn your Bible to it, or it should be on the screen. The Bible says, he also taught me and said to me, let your heart retain my words. Keep my commands and live. Get wisdom, get understanding. Do not forget nor turn away from the words of my mouth. Do not forsake her, and she will preserve you. Talking about wisdom. Love her, and she will keep you. Wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom. And in all you're getting, get understanding. Exalt her, and she will promote you. She will bring you honor when you embrace her. She will place on your head an ornament of grace. A crown of glory she will deliver to you. So I got some things I want you to see and do here. 3 things that you can see is that wisdom is not optional, but it is a command. In verses 4 through 5, we see Solomon saying, keep my commands and live. Meaning that if you're expecting to have a prosperous life, if you're expecting to have a life that's worth something, you got to have some type of wisdom. You got to have something that you can govern your life by, something that you can navigate life through. And I believe, and I will suggest to you today, that the number one thing that you can navigate your life through and by is wisdom. Number 2, having wisdom produces results. Having wisdom produces results. If you go to verses 8 and 9, you will see where the relationship with wisdom is one that is reciprocal, meaning that when I do something concerning wisdom, I can expect something from wisdom. When I do something and I allow wisdom to work on my behalf, it can work on the positive upward route of my behalf in my life. When I do something with wisdom does something for me. And number 3, the thing you can see here is that wisdom is a way of life. Wisdom isn't something that is conditional. It isn't something that you can pick up or put down, but wisdom is something that you should govern your life through. And so the 3 simple things that you can do is that, number 1 is pursue wisdom. Consistently walk after, consistently chase, consistently try to implement wisdom in your life. You have to pursue wisdom. Number 2, things that you can do is stay the course. Ignite, stay the course. I'm saying that in the reference of wisdom because when wisdom isn't popular is the prime opportunity when you should choose it. When wisdom isn't favored is the time that you should implement it in your life. When wisdom, from listening to your parents or your teachers or your church community, wisdom is seen to be unpopular because it's confused as control. But it's not that wisdom is not control, but it is a guidance. And sometimes, and I'm gonna tell you later on, wisdom sometimes is used to protect you. So stay the course. And the third thing that I want you to see is that I want you to do is that make wisdom the priority. Make wisdom the priority. But before I show you what wisdom does, I want to show you the 2 types of wisdom. There's active wisdom, and then there's antiquated wisdom. Active wisdom is wisdom that is relevant and willing to be shared. Antiquated wisdom is wisdom that is irrelevant and selfish. With active wisdom, we see it here. Solomon is saying, hey, my son, I have this for you. Keep my commands and live. He's saying to his son, if you govern your life by this, you can expect prosperity. You can expect all these different things. And I'm really glad, y'all, I'm really excited that we're in a church that is full of active wisdom. We're in a church that has so many different sources of wisdom. Matter of fact, everybody that's 60 and over, can you please stand up really quickly? If you're 60 and up, 60 and up, 60 and up. Can we celebrate the active wisdom in our church? This church is a well of wisdom. This church is a well of wisdom. People have seen some things, people have done some things, and they can tell you if you just listen long enough, hey, there's a different way you can live. So, in the 2 types of wisdom, we're going to focus on active wisdom and making it a priority. And when you do that, wisdom does 3 things. Active wisdom, and as a priority, does 3 things. Number 1, it protects you. Number 2, it promotes you. And number 3, it positions you. It protects you, promotes you, and positions you. And let's walk through protection. Wisdom as protection is the key ingredient that allows you to handle life's transitions. When you see your life through the lens of wisdom, you are given the equipment to not just navigate situations, but you're able to maintain peace. Let's go back to verse 6. Do not forsake her, and she will preserve you. Love her, and she will keep you. This is saying that you have an active decision to make to choose wisdom. And when you do, you can expect to be preserved. And when we talked about it earlier in 8:30, we talked about preservatives of using your life to keep you in a consistent form. So meaning, I'm saying that when you choose wisdom and make it a priority in your life, no matter what storms are thrown your way, you have the wisdom to navigate them. No matter what situations you're in, you have the wisdom to conquer them. No matter what's going on in your life, you have the wisdom to get through it. When wisdom is made a priority, you have all the equipment that you need. So you're not seeking nobody for no promotion, but you're asking God how to excel in this company. You're not seeking nobody to act, you're not begging nobody to act right, but you're asking them for the wisdom to navigate the relationship. When wisdom is your priority, you have the equipment to navigate. Anybody ever heard the term or the phrase used that life is just lifing? Y'all heard that before? Okay. It's not that I'm insensitive to people going through things. But I think that, and when I was studying it, God revealed to me that, yes, you're going through something, but if you just pray the right prayer, you have the wisdom to get through it. So if God is the God that knew me before I was ever formed, how is it that he wouldn't give me the wisdom to conquer the life that he knew? If God is the God that sees all and knows all, which means if I just pray to him for the mind of his thought process, if I pray to him for the wisdom to navigate, I'll be all right. So life isn't just lifing, you're learning how to navigate. So wisdom serves as protection, but wisdom made as a priority also serves as promotion. Let's go back to verse 8. It's going to come up on the screen. We're going to go back to verse 8, and I like to break down the Bible word by word because in those different phrases, for me, it impacts me differently when I see what the words mean, okay? So let's read it all together. 1, 2, 3, let's go, y'all. Hold on. Y'all can do a little bit better than that. Y'all know we hooked on finance. We okay? We good? 1, 2, 3, let's go. Exalt her, and she will promote. Hold on. Do what? Exalt her. Okay. So the Bible is giving us the key to promotion right here. It's saying if I exalt her, talking about wisdom, meaning if I set her up and I put her in a certain position in my life, I'm guaranteed promotion. If I make wisdom the importance, I'm guaranteed the blessings. If I make wisdom my choice, I'm guaranteed all that he has for me. But the key ingredient is first, I gotta choose wisdom. I have to choose to, even when it's uncomfortable, I have to choose it to submit to it even when I don't want to. I have to choose to listen to it even when it don't feel good. I have to choose to make the correct decision. When I make wisdom my priority, when I make wisdom my choice, when I make it the most important thing in my life, I'm guaranteed a promotion. There is no, I think that the thing that may make wisdom a hard choice to make is because sometimes we undervalue it and don't see it as wisdom. Because we go back to verse 8. It says, exalt her and she will promote you. She will bring you honor when you embrace her. When you embrace her. Meaning sometimes it's something that I have to go towards, and it's something I have to set my sight on. Even though there's a thing in my waist, I'm going to embrace this destination. I'm going to embrace the wisdom. I'm going to embrace the opportunity to choose wisdom as an active priority in my life. So, stuff without God, Pastor says it this way, is just stuff. But stuff with God is blessings. I want to push that statement a step further and says, stuff with God is blessings, but the prayer for wisdom makes room for long-term sustainability. So could it be that you're just asking God for the thing, but maybe your prayer for wisdom allows you to multiply it and have it for a long amount of time? So instead of treating God as just some type of vending machine or looking at him just for him to do something for you on your behalf when you just pray for it, sometimes the emphasis needs to be made on the fact that God, give me the wisdom to navigate this and use it on my behalf. I don't just want the thing, but God, I want the wisdom to take care of the thing. God, I don't want the wisdom for the land, but I want the wisdom of how to till it. God, I don't want the car, but I want the wisdom of how to take care of it. God, I don't want just the stuff, but God, I want your wisdom of how to take care of what you're blessing me with. So wisdom not only promotes you in your life, but wisdom will promote you in your mind. So let's go to 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 11. Let's go to 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 11. We can read it all together. It should be pretty familiar. If not, it's on the screen. Let's do it. When I was a child, I spoke as a child. I understood as a child. I thought as a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things. Okay, so we're talking about wisdom as promotion, right? This scripture is often used as a differentiation between age and maturity. In just age, as people saying, you're childish, you're a child, so you do childish things. But I want to suggest to you that when you make wisdom a priority in your life, that wisdom can promote your mind to a level in which you did not understand and you did not need and you did not know was possible. The Bible talks about the difference between milk and meat, right? When wisdom is the priority, you are now able to embrace this wisdom that is in your life till now you can digest what is beset in front of you. You are able to digest what is able to be put into your life. Wisdom used as a promotion is not just for your life, but it's also for your mind. So wisdom, it protects you. It promotes you, but wisdom will also position you. Wisdom will also position you. Let's go back to verse 9. Let's go back to verse 9. Verse 9 says, she will place on your head an ornament of grace. A crown of glory she will deliver to you. A life led through wisdom grants access to partnerships, places, and resources that are otherwise impossible. Not just for our benefit, y'all, but for his glory. When you choose wisdom and make it your priority, wisdom graces you for things that you did not know how to do. Because of the wisdom that I not only prayed for, but that I sit under, I'm able to stand in front of you. It is not by my own merit. It is not by my own grace. I'm not that smart. I'm not that accomplished, but it's because I have chosen to make wisdom the priority. I'm able to sit in front of you and teach something that I'm still growing in myself. It is not because of me. It is not because I have it all together. So sometimes when you're praying to God for I just need the answers, he's just saying, hey, ask me for the wisdom, because answers are momentary. Wisdom is eternal. So as you're going about your life, it's not just enough just to say, hey, God, put me in this position. Because if God puts you in a position and you don't have the wisdom to maintain it, you'll quickly lose it. And then once you pray for this wisdom, you'll find out that I'm graced for this. So when it seems like, I don't know, this may be too tall of a task, you can confess, I'm graced for this. Not because of me, but because of God. When it seems like this relationship not gonna work out, I'm graced for it. When it seems like you can't do it, I'm graced for it. When it seems like it don't make sense, God, you grace me for this. You give me the wisdom for it. And I now understand that I'm capable beyond my natural capabilities. So wisdom can protect you. It can promote you, and yes, it will position you. But this is how you access wisdom first in order to make it a priority. The first thing you do is that you admit that you need it. In making wisdom a priority, you have to humble yourself. You cannot be prideful to God as if you don't need him in the first place. I think it is immature and irresponsible to pray for something and not pray for the wisdom attached to this thing. It is irresponsible. Secondly, you actively seek wisdom. That's through his word. Solomon starts this chapter off and says, heed my words, seek my words. He's consistently saying this is a source for wisdom. This is a source of wisdom. It's found in his word. And everybody, please stand. So you admit that you need it. You actively seek it. The third thing that you do is you associate yourself with people and places of wisdom. That's godly counsel, community, and most importantly, the right church. And the last thing that you do is that you align with the God of wisdom.